Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Muddy Outdoors, and Realtree.
It's Saturday, November 4th. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about an hour and a half after sunrise, and I'm just getting to do the opening interview. We've had good deer activity all morning so far. The best buck we've seen is a really nice 4.5-year-old buck. I've got a couple years of history with. He just came in to 15 yards, and he's just not on the hit list this year. He's a little bit busted up. Seen a couple 3.5-year-old 8s and some does, and so far the activity's been pretty good. We've got 2 fawns out in the corn right here. It's mid-40s, overcast. It's kind of misting. We've got an east wind, really light east wind, and it sets up perfect for this set. Well, he sure is a pretty buck. That's the second time I've had him within 15 yards. I gave it about 25 minutes after we had last seen him, and he chased that doe off, so I was hoping he had gotten far enough away, but when I did the calling sequence, it took about 2 minutes and he was back in our feet. He was perfectly upwind of us, supposedly. But the wind is so still that he probably got some of our thermals. It really hasn't started to heat up yet, so I think our scent's just kind of lingering in this area. He didn't like something right there, and I imagine he got a whiff of us. And then right after we saw him, we had another little 1.5-year-old buck come by, so hopefully the parade continues. about 11:30 now in the morning, and we're going to wrap up the hunt. Had a nice steady stream of bucks all morning, probably every 20 to 30 minutes, and I bet if we sat here it would continue. But we're on the back end of this front that came through last night, and the wind's really starting to swirl. You look at the hourly forecast, and it's got northeast, southeast, northwest, west, east. It's just all over the place, and we're just gonna get down. We got a couple bucks that came in more recently that picked us off or smelled us. So get down, grab a bite to eat, and try to make a game plan for this morning. Looks like the wind is gonna be swirling, so have to go to a relatively safe spot. May get in a redneck blind just to try to contain our scent, but we'll see. We'll be back in the tree here in probably an hour and a half or so. Well, Jared and I are all settled in for the afternoon hunt. I decided to climb in a redneck this afternoon. We're on my farm, and we're on the tail end of this front that came through last night. I mentioned that this morning, and basically we got this 3-4 mile an hour wind that is in every direction. Right now we have mostly west, but by dark it's supposed to be mostly east, and so we thought if we get in a redneck we can kind of bottle up our scent and have the best chance getting a shot at something and spooking the least amount of deer. So I left a single oak tree at 25 yards. It's got a bunch of big scrapes on it. I've had TD Jr. And 66, both of these 5.5-year-old bucks I got 3 years of history with in this food plot. TD Jr. is my primary target, and just hoping he shows up tonight. There's a couple other 4-year-old bucks too we might see. Always fun to see those deer and build history. Twos and threes and kickers, good games, good brown. Hopefully it's just a 2-year-old. I'll be able to see him over there, like cruising on the tree line. Well, we're just about out of camera light, maybe 5 minutes left of legal shooting, and overall it's been a pretty slow hunt. We just had another little 3-point come out, little 1.5-year-old. So the combining did not work to our favor. We definitely did not pick the right spot tonight. There's not much visibility right here, but I thought being this nice bedding area, we'd have a little more activity. But basically a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and 2 small does. So we're going to get packed up, get back to the cabin, and make a game plan for tomorrow morning.